Hey everybody, this is Tom. It is, yes, we're up and running. This is not muted. I am sharing my screen. Everything seems fine. It is, I don't know what night it is. It's Thursday? Tuesday? Thursday night. Anyway, we've got a semifinal, quarterfinal rather. That's the round of 8 between Nathan's Atlanta Falcons, 10-6 in the regular season, versus the commissioner, Ed, his San Francisco 49ers, 11-5. Looks like San Francisco has the ball. I'm going to assume that Atlanta won the toss and deferred, which is common in these leagues. We are going to have a lot of disconnects here. We got a long pass wrong here on 2nd and 10 for Ed, looking for Devontae Adams. It's complete for 31 yards on a first down on Carson Palmer's card. His last go-around as a starting quarterback in these leagues will be with that 2017 set, right? He retired after that season. Arizona drafted Josh Rosen. So it's 1st and 10 for San Francisco at the Atlanta 44. We're just underway. Ed hit that bomb on 2nd and 10. Defense looking run. Long pass roll to Devontae Adams again. Nobody there. Adams coming by 5. This could be good for Ed. Could be a touchdown. 12. The defense long gain, 48 yards. Touchdown for the commissioner. That is not the way that Nathan wanted to start. Nathan is sitting on the flat passes and calling run. Ed does like to run it. Ed says, but if you can do that, I'm going to go up top. Kickers have been good. I don't know if Ed scouted. I don't know if these teams played in the regular season. Now, whenever kickoff goes into the end zone and it's a touchback, we are likely to be disconnected, and I have to try to rejoin right away. And it looks like this is going to happen now for the first time. This is an ongoing Strat-O-Matic bug in this version. Strat is aware of it. I emailed them about a month or two back, and it's not going to be fixed until the next version, which is certainly going to create a disincentive for broadcasting games. I can tell you that much. It's a pain in the neck. Boy. And you miss plays in the meantime. Not all these guys play as slowly as I do either, so. As a matter of fact, no one plays as slowly as I do, but hold on. Spell mode on. 60535. Select all. Copy that. Well, we're going to try to get back in. As you can see, it's already a 3rd and 4 for Nathan at his own 31. So we're going to miss a couple plays every time. And just bear with it. I guess it's better. I guess it's the best option, which is not a good option at all, but it is the best option. What else can we do? We're going to miss plays. Atlanta's got Kirk Cousins at quarterback. Nathan running the 2 tight end, 2 wide receiver, 1 running back formation, which is a popular one. Olean Starkwa, pretty decent running card in there as the running back right now. DeAndre Hopkins and T.Y. Hilton. Look at these weapons at wide receiver with Evan Engram and Vernon Davis at tight end. Kirk Cousins can throw on all 3 levels. Ed plays the 3-4. Ed's going to be good against the pass here. This is in SOMIFA, a Strat-O-Matic football draft league, a keeper league. Off tackle right to Darkwood. Defense gets his pass. No linebackers there. Nathan's got 5 blockers. 8 is +5 for a first down on Darkwood's card. I put it on my animation, but it didn't take, it looks like, which is always fun. Whenever I broadcast these games, I tend to put on the animation. I feel like people can see what's going on better. 1st and 10 Falcons. Emron right to Darkwood. Defense guessing pass. 8 is only a 2-yard gain on Darkwood's card. Very good Emron wrong card. 5 is no yards. The dreaded 5. 8 plus 2, but everything else is pretty much 5 yards or more. 4 plus 4, with some short gains mixed in and a big long gain on a 2. 2nd down and 8 for the Falcons. Nathan's got a lot of talent on this team. Also, Alfred Morris had a good year filling in for Ezekiel Elliott with the Cowboys in 2017. Off tackle Jordan Morris. Defense calls pass. Dreaded 5, no gain. You look at that off tackle wrong column for Morris, as my voice is I didn't do my vocal exercises before the game, so I need to clear my throat, I feel like. I actually usually do about 5 minutes of, at least 2 or 3 minutes of some enunciation, thanks to my heavy New York accent and mumbling style of speech. 3rd and 8 now for Nathan at his own 38. I don't recall if Nathan has made it to a SOMIFA Super Bowl or not. I know he's gotten close a few times. certainly one of the better GMs around and a good coach, and is always right there in the mix. It goes 3 wide with Kelvin Benjamin in as the third wide receiver. I think he had thought this team would do a little better during the season. I think they might have started out well. I think Dennis and I may have predicted them to do a little better, but they ended up with the 5 seed. These 4 versus 5 games in the quarterfinal round are usually very good because usually you have 2 good teams there. Short pass, Vernon Davis, defense double teaming elsewhere, Foreman in zone, dump off in play on 3rd and 8 here. No one really rushing, just a 3 down lineman for Ed. And 4 is going to be incomplete on the defense's card. That's going to force Nathan to punt. Maybe I'll try to use computer manager to look at offensive lines and things of the sort. He does have Johnny Hecker, one of the best punters in the league. 10 is 43 yards. Down to the 19. Is it Khalif Raymond? Yes, Khalif Raymond calls a fair catch. Not a lot being offered here in the return game for Ed's number 1 returner against +2, +5, +3 on the Falcons opponent PR. We have no one in the studio audience, so this looks like people might watch this on video. Usually we do get a little bit of action there, 10 to 20 views. 1st and 10 for the Niners, leading 7-0. Their second possession. Long pass to Devontae Adams. Defense shows blitz, brings a couple of blitzes, and down goes Paul Palmer. Could be a fumble. Carson Palmer is sacked by Chris McCann. Fumbled the ball. Michael Pierce recovered. The nose tackle for the Falcons. And a big, huge turnover there. That's part of the deal. If you're an aggressive blitzing guy and you're going for the sacks, you're going to get some sack fumbles. Nathan chose not to return it. Dennis says you should always try to return those because the chart's very favorable. But maybe Nathan felt it down on the 10. He didn't want to risk that fumbling it back. Could have been a touchdown possibly, but I don't blame him for that too much. Ed's so good defensively, though, as a coach. I may have tried. Of course, Nathan has a very good offense. It's interesting. I think of Emma right to Dark. When defense calls passes, a linebacker there in the blitz. 9 gets wrong is +6. Haven't really seen a run call from Ed so far in the few plays that we've been on. Dark with 4 carries, 15 yards. I think of Nathan as more of an offensive coach. I think of Ed as more of a defensive coach. Maybe the styles of team they built have something to do with it. I don't know. Nathan always just seems to have a lot of weapons. 2nd and goal from the 4 for Atlanta. They looked to tie the game. That was an aggressive first down free safety blitz for Nathan, who blitzed. It looked like not only the safety, but at least 2 of the linebackers. Linebacker Orlando Darko, defense showing blitzes. 2 linebackers there, gets wrong. Dreaded 5, no gain. That hurts because that was for the full house, bumping up Nathan's interior line to 5.56, left to right, and almost everything was at least 3 yards, which would have given him a 3rd and goal from the 1. As we're about midway through the opening quarter, 8:42, my first SOMIFA playoff game that I've called this year. Where I showed up for the 4th quarter of Zeb's victory in the wild card round over Jersey Joe Golden. Detroit under Bradley Miller defeating Jeff Wendlitz's Indianapolis Colts 30-6 in the other wild card games. So those 2 teams advance. Congratulations to them. I'm going to try to call every game I can from here on out. 3rd and goal from the 4. Off Tucker right to Morris. Defense calls run. Only 1 linebacker there. +3 in the defense's card. We got a 4th and goal from the 1. You give it dollars to donuts that Nathan's going to go for this, trailing 7-0 against the defensive-minded Ed Burrow. This is maybe he should have tried to advance that sack fumble. Take a look at that chart. Only on the sack fumble, I think, is the only time that's applicable. Look at your Stratomatic football computer rules or Google that. Full house, 3-4 blitz. So he's 5.56 up front. He's got Alfred Morris, Orleans Darkrow can run with it, or, of course, Kirk Cousins. I think he's going to have to run with it here. Linebacker for the blocking. Ed's right inside is only a 4 against a run. Both insides are 4. How about the free safety? No one but a 4. Linebacker Kirk Cousins, 2-7 touchdown. Offensive set of 5-0. Touchdown. Eric Wood, the veteran, and some of his last SOMIFA action makes the block. 5 versus a 4 with the bump. And Nathan looks to tie the game, but misses the extra point. 2-10 and 12. Greg the leg. Zerline. Kick down to the 1-yard line. Thank you so much for keeping the kick in the field of play so I'm not disconnected. Return 27 yards by Benny Cunningham. And Nathan got the touchdown in the 4th and goal from the 1. Missed the extra point. Greg Blake just hit that big, what was it, 57-yard kick to help the Rams make the Super Bowl in controversial fashion after the non-pass interference call on Nicole Roby-Colvin. 7-6, San Francisco the ball. Off tackle right, Bilal Powell. Defense shows blitz. Brings a linebacker in there and doubles on Devontae Adams. Dreaded 5. We've seen 3 dreaded 5s early 2, I think, for Nathan, 1 for Ed. Nathan got the touchdown ultimately anyway, but only got 6, didn't get 7. 2nd and goal. Nathan aggressively showing blitz here against Ed. That can't be Ed's cup of tea. Ed normally has very good pass blocking. When I take a look at that, I have a harder time, I feel like, lingering. Left tackle, lingering and showing. Left tackle left to Blah Powell. Defense gets the pass. 2 linebackers there. Defensive onside tackle +3 or +0. Gets the 3 yards behind Taylor Luan, who's a 6. That's the type of thing that you see from Dennis and Nathan and some of these aggressive free safety blitzing teams. They like the benefit they're getting of plugging the run zones on the defense's card as well as bringing the pass rush. So you want to run some draws against them. You want to throw some flat passes against them. But these guys aren't going to do the same thing every play in defense. Sometimes they're going to flood the flat. Sometimes they're going to call run, catch you on a draw. Our studio audience increases by 1. 3rd and goal from the 7 for Ed at his own 31. Benny Cunningham, the 3rd down back for these Niners. Nathan showing blitz again. Will we see a flat pass? Only 4.45. This is the first year with the linebacker pass coverage ratings really seem to take a hit. Is that Taywan Taylor of the Titans? Taywan Taylor of the Titans. Say that 3 times fast. Who looks to be the 3rd wide receiver for Ed. It is Taywan Taylor of the Titans, covered by Tyrann Mathieu. I'm glad he wasn't covered by Terrell Thomas. Defense showing blitz. They're taking their time here. I'm certainly not one to complain about that. I take more time than anyone. Long pass to Marius Thomas. 1 guy back there. Nathan showed blitz, but dropped back into the deep zone. And 5 in the defensive squad is incomplete. 6 was a sniper scope, long gain touchdown. They completed a couple of bombs on long pass wrong. No men on his first possession, leading into the 7-6 lead. Nathan missing the extra point for those just catching up. A poor punt of only 35 yards for Dustin Colquitt. Nathan often has decent returners. This one to Brandon Tate. Returned to 13 yards. He's not that great. 2:46 is 13. 6, 4, and 5 in the opponent PR. But it's a 22-yard net for Ed. Special teams playing a role here early in the last couple of minutes. Nathan starting on his own 47. Flat pass right to Evan Ingram. Successful double team by Ed, who also brought an inside linebacker up. But 5 is complete for 6 yards at Kirk Cousins' card. You know, these quarterbacks with the high completion percentages, they give you about 10 units or so. 8 to 10 on that flat pass double teamed. And you guys do hit it more than you think. And the flat pass is really tough. And Nathan likes to go up top as well. He's got good running attack. Flat pass left. Evan Ingram gets wrong at a linebacker 4. Nathan wants to receive it, but he gets the dreaded 10. Defender -4, -2. Jalen Smith could not make the play as a rookie 4. Probably a 5 next year. He's borderline. But you hate to lose 2 yards on a flat pass wrong on 2nd and 4. Thrown to a guy covered by a 4. There was 10 and 11 rolls on the flat pass 1 man. I always say the flat pass is strong. Those things really, really hurt you, it feels like. 3rd and 6 for Nathan at Ed's 49. And we're left to Darkwood. I don't know what that right outside linebacker is. 8 is +12 and a first down. And Nathan going for the pitch out. Would he have gone for it? We don't know. Then outside is Jalen, who's a 0. Only provides containment on a 1. That was a 5, of course. That was a defensive score. What am I looking at? Well, take a draw for Darkwood. Ed not going to run much at all. 9 to 6-yard gain. And Nathan not only running, but also running some draws. So if you get a successful run call in there, you can ding him for a negative play. Certainly a no-gainer. Hopefully he gets it on his own card. You hate when you call the draw right, and he gets like 4 yards on a block on your card. Long pass down to Hopkins. Defense double teaming elsewhere. 1 guy there. 9 is incomplete on a Kirk Cousins card. Right in between the long gain and the 10 plus 30. As there we see Nathan going up top. We haven't seen it much so far today, but we know that he likes to do it. One of the more aggressive guys. Nathan's game is flat and long, and of course he runs. And that can be tough when you have all these weapons. Hopkins and Hilton, presumably, both maxed out deep. Short pass down to Hopkins. Run against 3 men. Guess wrong call. Nathan likes a receiver reading. Receiver, long gain. Should be a touchdown. Touchdown for DeAndre Hopkins, the All-Pro, the great player. Why would you ever trade him? Touchdown for Nathan on the short pass wrong after I said that Nathan was going flat and long. That's what you got to do. If it looks like you're predictable, mix it up. Threw short against 3 men to Hopkins. Defense gets wrong. Receiver touchdown. Even if it wasn't a touchdown, it should have been at least a first down. Would have got him inside the 20. He goes for 1 again. He hits it this time 2 to 10 and 12. Greg, the leg looking a little shaky here in the first quarter. Here's the kickoff, which may go into the end zone and does. And we're going to get disconnected almost certainly here. About $1 to donuts on that. Hopefully you're getting some good donuts in that exchange. As I said, if you're just joining us, it's going to be nonstop disconnections during this entire broadcasting season, because that's the way it is. The game disconnects. The game disconnects and kickoffs into the end zone that are not taken out. And who's taking out a kickoff like 8 or 9 yards deep? 2nd and 1 here for Ed, trailing 13-7 at his own 34. Ed turned the ball over. Linebacker Bilal Powell, defense calls pass with blitzing, but has one guy there. And it's 2 yards for Bilal Powell, gets wrong. 10 is that long gain, a chunky card for Powell. Looks like Dan Moore in the studio audience. 1st and 10 for Ed at his own 36, 3-4 blitz. Nathan just showing free safety blitz almost every play and blitzing him almost every play. Kept him back in that 3rd and long. Off tackle left to Powell, 2 guys there. Ed is skewing the draw play. Offensive onside guard +3/+0 gets 3 yards, and the block made by a 4. It would have been 7 yards on a draw, but you're in jeopardy, of course, if the defense calls run. And Nathan has shown a couple of early defensive run calls. So that's in the back of Ed's head. I haven't seen much flat passing from Ed. Not even to people like Lewis or Powell, who might be covered by these outside linebackers. These flats have been vacated at the time. Although Nathan flooded those on the first couple of calls defensively of the game. His first few calls, off tackle right to Powell, there's a run call on 2nd and 7. So no draw. Defensive end 0+17. 17-yard gain. Chris McCann, who's a 0, will not make any of the plays. He's about a 0.8, 0.9, something in that neighborhood. And a big first down for Powell. Defense showing blitz on 1st down and 10 as Ed crossed midfield on that run. And he's at the Atlanta 44. We just started the 2nd quarter. 13-7 Nathan. Off tackle left to Powell. Defense doubling on Demarius and Devontae. Nose tackle +8 or +35. An 8-yard gain. Michael Pierce makes the play. 5 versus a 4. Ed will take that. Of course, you love a 35-yard gain, but 1st and 10, you'll take a 8-yard run, won't you? And look at this, 2nd and 2. Nathan showing blitz. Now, like I said, his first couple of defensive calls of the game, he was showing blitz and guessing a run and flooding the flats. Ed nailed on a couple of bombs in opening sequence. Off tackle left to Matt Breda. That time, Nathan drops the free safety back and calls run. Offensive onside and 5 or 0. Marshadius Lewis is a 6. The veteran blocking tight end, former SOMIFA Jet. I had drafted him and had him on my team for probably a good 5 or 6 years before trading him away. Makes the block. First down for Ed at the Atlanta 31. Ed likes to run the ball. Matt Breda. Low fumble number last year. Will be chunky next year. Almost certainly. It will be. His percentage was way high. Long pass to Marius Thomas. Defense showing blitz, bringing the free safety and 2 other guys. And down goes Palmer. Bruce Irvin coming in. White die full high linebacker 3 out of 11. That left guard, James Carpenter, is only a 3. And Nathan's got Vince Williams, the inside linebacker, with a 12, I believe, and an asterisk. The free safety, which is a pass rush situation, because that was a 4 on the black die, not a D/2/3. 2nd and 20. Nathan already benefited from the sack fumble. Dan Moore might want to hear. Inside this, creating his first opportunity for his early touchdown, and then missed the extra point. 2nd and 20. And defense going nickel 3-3-5, showing blitz. Nathan's got Ed, I think, a little uncomfortable with his offensive calls. Linebacker draw, guessed correctly by Nathan. Ballsy call on defense. The draw sniffs it out. -2 would have been a dreaded 5 anyway, but still. You feel good when you do something like that. And it works. Fails. 3rd and 22 for the Niners. At the Atlanta 43. Does Nathan go with a blitz again? No. Well, maybe. And how good is Ed's kicker from way downtown? Here's Matt Bryant. No. Ryan Suckup 33-37, 2-5. So you can't even try to get, 6 yards in a BS field goal attempt. Ed's looking for 10 yards to crack that 32. Defense dime 3-2-6, 3rd and 22. He's not going to to be aggressive here and give Ed a shot at the sniper scoop for a touchdown to take the lead. Ed would be happy to gain 10 yards somehow. You always expect the guy to bring his safety up and to look in. And he does. There's a draw to Breida again. He went to 8 on the defense's card. He gets a 3 on Breida's card. Is 5 yards, 4th and 17 at the 38. Dustin Cole will get a punted out of bounds, which will probably be a touchback. So not a great situation for Ed. Let's see how the punt goes. And he gets a good Crawford corner punt, only a 30-yarder. Wow, that would have been at 46. So for the 38, kind of hard to get it down there. Because if it's inside the 5 or inside the 7, maybe the guy can let it bounce. But this one did, well, if it doesn't let it bounce. But this one works out well for Ed. So 1st and 10 from the 8, from his own 8 for Nathan. Now Ed's giving him a taste of his own medicine, showing blitz. It feels like Nathan's had more success on both sides of the ball right here. He is leading 13-7. Whereas Ed just did a couple of bombs in the first drive. Nothing much on either side of the ball to speak about since then. For showing blitz, Nathan, I think, has got some pretty as well. Looking past to Engram, there's only a 0 there. There's a city blitz on Snake Eyes. Incomplete, guess right on Cousins' card. Let's try to look quickly at Nathan's blocking while the rest missing a big play. He's got 7s on the left side, a 5 at right guard, and some 4s. As Bix don't block very well. A 2 and a 0, I think. Alfred Morris being the 2, it looked like. I was trying to look quickly. So Ed shows blitz again. Damon Harrison is a nose tackle 2. JPP right in 9. Jason Pierre-Paul. Nate Orchard, defensive end 4-5. Short pass T.Y. Defense calls run, showing blitz. So 10 on the defense will be a long game. 10 on the offense, plus 15 for Kirk Cousins. 4-9-15, 4-9-15, 18-19. 20 short pass wrong. You're throwing to maxed out receivers in T.Y. Hilton and DeAndre Hopkins with the short passing and the long passing and maybe some flat passing, probably for Hopkins, certainly. 5 of 8, 54 yards and a touchdown for Cousins. Early second quarter, 13-7. This is the first SOMIFA quarterfinal of the season. We got Dennis playing Zeb Monday around lunchtime. And we're right early on Darkwa. Who's afraid of the Darkwa? Offensive onside guard plus 5. Kevin Zeitler makes the block. Nathan usually has a pretty decent line. It's from left to right, 6-4-4-5-5. So we can do a little bit. And we saw the pass blocking. So it's not a great line, but it's not a terrible line. It's a pretty good line. It's not bad, right? With all these weapons, you feel comfortable with that. I always wish you be a little bit of the interior because guys sometimes give you that inside running. 2nd and 5 for Atlanta. At their own 28. He's had a lot of success here. Short pass T.Y. Hilton. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Double teaming Evan Engram. Snake Eyes 14 yards and a first down from Cousins to Hilton. Yeah, that short pass right when you're not getting double teamed and you're not really under pressure with the under pressure, and there are no 6s in coverage, and you got good receiving targets and a good quarterback. I mean, there's a lot of good things can happen there. You get completions, you get dump offs. You get lost runs here for 4 or 5 yards, probably on Cousins. Well, if that will guess correctly by Ed that time to Alfred Morris, 4-yard pickup. Damon Harrison makes the play. And right now, Nathan is calling everything: running, flat passing, long passing, short passing. Ed can't really sit back. Not much of a pattern, I would say, which is nice. The way Nathan's calling this game offensively right now. 2nd and 6, off tackle right to Alfred Morris. Guessed incorrectly, but there's a linebacker there. 10 is plus 2. So it's a 3rd and 4 for Nathan. His own 40. Will he go if he does not get this in a big game? Nathan trying to make the semifinal. 4 versus 5 matchup here. Arizona Bob is playing. No, not Arizona. Who's the game? There's another game coming up Saturday. I think it is Arizona. Maybe Detroit at Arizona. I can't call that one. I think it's at 9 a.m. Eastern. I think Dennis is going to try to call that wake up early. And we're right to Dark with no one there. Defense gets incorrectly. Defense only a 4. 9's a 6-yard game for Darko. We mentioned this M1 wrong column, which is pretty nice. And a first down for Orlean, who had like over 700 yards last year and then couldn't get with a good average and then couldn't get a job in the 2018 NFL. We're 8 minutes from halftime, and the Falcons are driving, leading 13-7. They started at their own 8. This would be a nice pickup for them. Short pass down to Hopkins. And finally a successful double team for Ed and forces an incomplete pass. I think that was complete on right, yes. Plus 13 if it was guessed correctly. We've got a 2nd down and 10. Alfred Morris and Nathan pretty much going with this offensive formation. We've seen the 3 wide with Kelvin Benjamin a 3rd and 6 or 7 plus. And he's alternating Alfred Morris and OT's fit in the backfield. Haven't seen much of Vernon Davis in the passing game. There's a looking pass for Vernon Davis being double teamed. It doesn't matter if there's 0. He's being double teamed. Sometimes you think that way. Let me double team the guy who hasn't thrown to that much. Maybe he's going to go to him. If you're playing a good coach, the bad coach will probably keep not going to that guy. Be too predictable. 3rd and 10 for Atlanta. They're at the San Fran 46. Nathan, I think, has had some good success on 3rd downs, it seems like, so far tonight. Defense going dime 3-2-6. A 4 covering the 3rd receiver. That's 45. Buda Baker as the number 2 defensive back. Eric Weddle's a 64. They both provide similar run defense. Of course, the 6 much better against the flat. Similar run defense in terms of containment. So Nathan's trying to figure out what he wants to do. Does he want to try a draw play or 3 wide? Dennis will do that, but there's a draw for Darkwood. There's only the 6'4" back there. 8 on the defensive card, plus 21. 11 yards in the box. Everyone's trying to hit that. And he hit it. 10 carries, 65 yards down for Darkwa. And a big 3rd and long conversion for Ed. I know Ed thinks he's starting to feel like, I don't know how Ed thinks, but it seems like he feels like I could see Ed feeling like this game's going against me. The sack fumble, the bad punt return, blah, 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 the third down conversions, and Nathan has more balance. That was an Enver Wright that went for 5 yards because Nate Orchard's only a 4. Not a lot of strength in the front 7 for either of these teams in terms of ratings. You see the linebackers 4.404 against the pass. Off tackle, that's Alfred Morris gets rolling. He's got a nice call, which we have not seen in action much. Gets 3 yards. He now has 5 carries for 12. Misses that 6'8" stroke. And that off tackle wrong for Alfred Morris. Very, very strong column. 5, 10, 12, 13 units of Shoki and better, including a plus 21 and some plus 7s and 9s and 6s and things of that sort. Guessed wrong card. I think both of these backs are a little shaky. Yes, right. That's not calling one that much. Short pass Evan Ingram. Play action. Ed goes short yard 32. Receiver guessed wrong. Incomplete. Oh, that has to hurt. But he's not maxed out. He is only a 1926. The rookie Evan Ingram. Maybe one day he can get maxed out, not next year. 4th and 2. Greg DeLego already missed an extra point. Will come on for 34 yards. That was a huge play right there. And the kick is no good. 12 is no good. Is it blocked possibly? Maybe a blocked kick. The kick is blocked on a 12. Nathan says, you have to be freaking kidding me. He may not have said freaking. And instead of maybe a short pass wrong receiver for a 1st down inside the 10, you have to try field goal 2 to 10, and it's blocked. Now you're only still leading by 6. Ed's got the ball 5 minutes to go. I think Nathan gets it to start the second half. Well, that's Devontae Adams. Defense calls run showing blitz. This is what Ed used successfully on his first possession in the game. And 7 incomplete on Carson Palmer's card. He's got 11 units of completion, yes, wrong, which isn't really that great. Interception split on 10 with a high split. But you get a long pass wrong to a maxed out receiver. You get a little excited, and it was showing blitz. So that's an automatic long gain on the defense on 5. And Nathan showing blitz again, undaunted. Linebacker Bilal Powell defense gets his pass, but has a linebacker there. He's blitzing the safety, bringing 2 of the linebackers as he's been doing. Yards and a block by Khalil Mack would have been 5. Again, there's that benefit for some of these coaches who like to blitz a lot. They're getting in the zone and the run zone. And Ed is just steadfastly not throwing flat. I don't care. I know Palmer's not that great at it. Haven't seen in a kid. There's been sort of a running and long passing attack. Old school. 3rd and 6 for Ed. Flat pass left, Taywan Taylor being covered by 4. Gronk being doubled. Linebackers of 5. There's a big receiver, gets right 6 yards in the 1st down. Well, this is a flat pass on third. I was referring more to first and second down, or, third and 3 type of situation. Taylor's got a little ability, not a bad extra receiver type guy. I think he could eventually be a number 2 type. Flat pass left to Demaryius Thomas. Defense gets his run. Now he's seeing the flat pass. Defense showed blitz again. And it's a 6 wide die, short gain, 15 yards from Palmer to Thomas. Palmer 5 of 8, 105. I mentioned those early bombs on the first drive. 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Because that's what Nathan's been giving. He's been showing blitz and pretty much blitzing and calling pass, occasionally calling run and dropping with safety. So the flat pass has been something he's been giving him. Looking past to Lewis, even shows blitz. This time has a 5 there, though. And 4 is completely. Palmer's not that bad on flat pass. 4, 9, 15, 17 gets right. That's bumped up because of the receivers. Only 10 incomplete gets wrong. I mean, it's not like you're at. It's not like you had Drew Stanton just go there. We just finished using an AW, 2 and 14. Second down and 6 for the Niners at the Atlanta 43. I had the first pick next year. Probably Baker Mayfield. Maybe trading Andrew Luck. Second and 6 for the Niners. 2:24 to go at the Atlanta 43. Defense showing blitz. Big possession here as San Francisco was looking to hit the long pass to Demaryius Thomas. Defense run keying. There's no one there, and they were showing blitz. 5 incomplete on Carson Palmer's card. That was the all-or-nothing play. He got the nothing. And we've seen some double teaming on Devontae Adams. That's why he went to Demaryius Thomas, who's not nearly as good. Blitz. 5 of those receiver readings are automatic long gains anyway. So you feel a little more like that 9-15 Thomas as opposed to probably 15-21 or at least 12-18 for Adams. 3rd and 6 for Ed at the Atlanta 43, just outside the 2-minute warning. He threw a flat pass just minutes ago, perhaps, in a similar situation. Benny Cunningham in not much of a running threat. Ed's not much of a 3rd and long draw guy. Looking past to Benny Cunningham. Barry Church double teaming Demaryius Thomas. And it's 6 complete for 3 yards at the defense's card. There was 1 linebacker there. 2-minute warning, 4th and 3 for Ed at the Atlanta 40. Ed is not really in the aggressive 4th down school, but he will go for it here. And I say good for you, Ed. Bilal Powell and Derek Carrier are in the backfield. The Carrier blocking back. Well, we got to wait. He has to choose the formation. No, it's 2 tight ends. So Mercedes Lewis's 6 comes into play on the left side. But Powell's a little chunky. So even if you get a wrong call and he runs it, you can get your own card and not beyond the dreaded 5. Some other things that might not be favorable. 4th and 3 for Ed at the Nathan's 40. This is big. 2-minute warning in the first half. Ed trails 13-7. 11-5 regular season. Off tackle it to Powell. Guess correctly. Nathan hoping for Powell's card. Ed hoping for the defense. Offensive onside tackle plus 8 plus 3. Taylor Lewan makes the block. He makes all the blocks. First down and 10 for the Niners at the Atlanta 32. 8 carries, 45 yards for Powell, who I did not like as a young Jet, and has gone on to have some very fine strat cards over the years. Nathan goes back to the blitz. 1:37 to go now. Ed has all 3 timeouts. He's at the 32. Remember, Powell's got that 10 long gain on the linebucker. I'm wrong. We saw a couple of linebuckers earlier. There's a linebacker to Powell. Only 1 linebacker behind. Some chances here for Ed, and you got a center 6, I think, Alex Mack. Defensive nose tackle, plus 1 and plus 12, a 12-yard gain. White die 6 beating the 5 rating of Baltimore Raven Michael Pierce. And Ed's down at the Atlanta 20 as he goes to the hurry-up offense, stays with the 2 tight end, which he's been using a lot tonight. Nathan says, I got to keep this guy out of the end zone. 9 carries, 57 yards for Powell. And I was about to go up like 20-7. Now I'm in jeopardy of trailing at the half against the tough commissioner. Looking past to Mercedes Lewis. The blitz is on. There's a linebacker there. Defender incomplete on the look-in. Anthony Barr makes a nice play. 1:07 to go in the half. Palmer 7 of 12, 112, 1 TD. 2nd and 10 for Ed. Matt Breida water filter in the backfield. He's had a couple of handoffs so far tonight. Defense showing blitz. Long pass still in play at the 20, but not from inside. Short pass, Matt Breida. Defense calls run. Breida's covered by a left outside linebacker 4. He gets the dreaded 3-man incomplete. Well, we all use the same pass defense cardinal in the playoffs. Ed's got the good ones, and Nathan's got the average. But I've seen that short pass 3 incomplete many a time. I feel like you don't have a chance. Everything else gives you a chance, unless it's defender versus 6. And there's no 6s on this Atlanta Falcon defense, and I think Ed's only got the free safety for the commissioner. He goes 3 wide this time. Timwan Taylor checks in. We saw that Ryan Suckup is the field goal kicker. Palmer can throw some picks. Nathan showing blitz again. Is Ed going to play it safe? I don't know what Suckup's difference is from, let's say, the 20 versus the 30. Sometimes that plays a role. Long pass to Devontae Adams, even showing blitz. Nobody there. Adams single coverage against a 5. Ed going for the touchdown. Picked off 2 to 3, 11 and 12. Incomplete. Would have been incomplete even with the guy back there. Aggressive play call, but Ed, second time he's just been one number off of the 6, which Dennis pays attention to. I don't. Suckup comes off the 37-yard attempt, 2 to 10. It's up and good. And then grabs a field goal. Nathan exhales a little bit, says, okay. At least I didn't give up the touchdown. At least I still have the lead in there. I'm going to get the ball back. Offense playing well. I'm upset that I didn't get to punch it up beyond 13-7. At least 16-7. But, all things considered, it could be worse. And miracle upon miracles, the kickoff goes only to the 3-yard line. So we don't have to disconnect automatically, which we'll be doing probably at halftime. 3 wide, 1 halfback for Nathan. 37 seconds left. He's got all 3 timeouts. He's got Greg the leg. Looking past Vernon Davis, a linebacker 4 there. 4-yard completion, not what you're looking for. Thinking Ed would slide out to a flat or double or something along those lines. He does have the 3 timeouts. Probably going to call one here. After you run a play in the middle of the field like that, you figure out, I guess I'll call one of my timeouts. I didn't get away with it. I didn't get Ed moving the guy or white tie 6 and gaining 30 yards. Be exciting. Vernon's first catch of the day. Desmond King is on this Falcon team. He returned that kickoff. And look at the star power in this team with Hopkins and T.Y. Hilton and for Strat, even Vernon Davis, Kirk Cousins. Wonder what his quote will be like next year after a lackluster Viking this year. His stats were fine, but dime 3-2-6, 3 wide, 1 halfback. That's Benjamin covered by 4. Draw play bit dark. Well, only popped at 8 like he did earlier. Instead gets a 6, only 1 yard. You hate that when it's this type of timing situation and you're running some plays in the middle of the field that's going to nose tackle 0 in there, and you get like this lousy reading, like a 6 + 1, 4 + 20. So Nathan was saying he would have liked to see, or at least give me a first down. Instead, he stuck. Couldn't he break containment? 2nd and 6, guess wrong against the nose tackle 0. That's. But we are at the mercy of the strat gods. That was a timeout by Nathan. Ed's not going to have a chance to do much if Nathan does punt it to him, barring a block or a snake eyes on the return, which I think was maybe 40 yards. I think that was Brandon Tate with the 40-yarder, who's Nathan's returner. Possibly see a run here. Ed's been bringing a free safety up, but now Nathan's down to 1 timeout. Maybe a short pass, then he brings the safety up and drops the guy back. Long pass, Vernon Davis, 2 men there, so he needs Cousins' card. 8 is incomplete on the defense. White tie 4. Final 30 seconds because that was a failed pass rush situation. And Nathan's going to punt it with the great Johnny Hecker. If it was the NFL, you might watch the fake, although 4th and 5, run 34. 15 seconds before the half, but I wouldn't put anything past Sean McVay and Sean Payton and Pete Carroll and some of these fake punting guys. 51-yard punt for Hecker down around the 15 to the 2-back. I don't know if Ed has to. He does. It's a 2-yard return. No, he only has 1. Khalif Raymond, the LP. See, snake eyes only 17 yards, so it's about as safe of a punt as you can get in terms of the return. Core possibility. Ed'll probably take a knee here. He goes to victory formation. 3 running backs, 2 tight ends. 8 seconds to go. Nathan goes nickel 3-3-5. Probably drop the guy back. E for Carson Palmer. We're not going to see a timeout. We are going to see halftime. And there you have it. It is 13-10 Falcons at the half. Like I said earlier, these 4 or 5 games. It's generally a good matchup between good teams. Ed takes a 2-minute break. Just crashed my game, preemptively. So it's a 2-minute break. Time to refill your bourbon or something. I may have to do it. I may have to do a 10-minute draft show just for Randy's SSFA club. I accidentally skipped. I just did the SSFA draft recap show a few nights ago, and I accidentally skipped not Jackson. Well, Jackson we talked about a lot because Jay was there. So Green Bay and Houston, who are on the same page as Jacksonville, and I should try to remedy that, at least for Randy, who's Green Bay and seems into it. I'm a huge fan of the TV series Game of Thrones. I don't want to bring politics into. Thank you, Michael Reeves. Bring politics into the strat world. God forbid. There's so much division in the country right now. I feel like about 30% of each side hates the other side. It's like about 30% of liberals and about 30% of conservatives like really hate the other side. And then there's a lot of us who are kind of more like acting the way things were before. And there's always been division and always, Democrat versus Republican, but this is probably the most division I think I've seen in my lifetime. Probably have to go back to the 1960s to find something with this level of division. I was talking to one of my friend's fathers about that, a conservative guy. Anyway, the reason I brought that up was because I read somewhere that Game of Thrones ratings are much higher in like liberal areas than in conservative areas. I don't know what that means. So, but anyway, but I've been reading. Well, I guess if you're a Christian conservative, you're probably not gonna sit down and watch Game of Thrones with the family. A lot of sex and violence in that show. Part of why I like it, but good show, great show. But anyway, so I started reading the books last night. I had bought them for the Kindle once upon a time, but it's a Kindle, so they sit there and I never read them. Last night I started reading them, and I also bought the audiobook component. I'm listening to it. The book's a little different. I can't wait till April for the season finale, so I'm reading. All right, we're back and we're ready here. Ed's back. Nathan's back. Michael Reeves is listening via YouTube. Dan Moore in the studio audience. Everything else seems to be fine, and of course we're disconnected. That means that the kick went into the end zone. I have to go through both fall and spring potential playoff games with this stupid bug. Strat said they're going to fix it in the next version. Felt a lot of good that does me. Well, look, I don't know. Football's probably not a big money maker for them. Dennis is speculating, so kind of do 2-bit here. Looks like we just missed a 3-yard run, I'm going to guess. I was wondering if it would show me as soon as they put a quarterback. Off tackle left to Alfred Morris. 4-yard pickup, as the game also does me the discourtesy of changing my settings. I'm going no play. I'm going play animation. So stop checking it off every time I have a kickoff. 3rd and 3 for Nathan at his own 33. A big third down all of a sudden. PJ Goodson couldn't make the plays. Only a 0-4. A lot of playoff teams have a 0-4 or something at one of the inside linebacker spots if you're playing a 3-4. Looking past T.Y. Hilton. The free safety 6 is there. Outside zone flooded, but 7 is 5 yards and a first down on Kirk Cousins' card. A flat pass right can be tough to stop. Flat pass right to Vernon Davis. I meant flat pass correctly, but okay. 6 is 2 yards on the defense's card. 2nd and 8. Nathan inching his way up out towards midfield at his own 39, leading 13-10. This is kind of a big possession. They're all big here. Playoff game. But, you know, you're up by 3. You don't want to have an empty possession. Looking past to T.Y. Hilton. He's bringing up that 6. Daring Nathan to go over the top. Picked off 2-5. Incomplete on the defense's card. Ed's got the good defense. I think that's +1 on the split on the average. So the home field advantage, preventing the Falcons from gaining a yard there. Cousins suddenly not only 9 of 17 for 79 yards. 3rd and 8. Will we see Nathan challenge more downfield? That's what Ed's been giving him now. Now it's 3rd and 8, of course, and Ed's got to have guys back there. 3 wide, 1 halfback. We saw a successful draw in the second quarter in this situation. This time, Ed stays with the nose tackle 5. That left end is still a 0. Emron could be in play. TJ Watt is a 44-11. Is he going to come up? So you can't run Emron draw, of course, so that's always an issue. Short pass T.Y. Hilton being double-teamed by Watt, triple-double on by the commissioner. And 10 is incomplete on Kirk Cousins' card. That was even a flat pass wrong incomplete from what I recall earlier. So they've really done too many options there for Nathan. And the punt goes 53 yards down to around the 12 for Khalif Raymond, whose max return is +17. 6 is no yards. State guys is +17. And then his best next return on his own card is +2. So the 7, 8, and 12 is only going to give him +5 at most. So again, Hecker should have a good day with the net punting for Nathan. Hopefully Nathan doesn't do too much of that. He says, I don't want any punting, net or otherwise. I want scoring. 1st and 10 for the commissioner at his own 8. So Nathan had an excellent drive backed up in the first half, but ultimately didn't score and a missed field goal. Linebacker Powell gets wrong, but there's a blitz with the free safety there. Straight at 5. No gain. There's that 10 long unit I talked about. On this chunky linebacker card, you see 5 through 9. You can't get more than 3 yards. 0-2-0-3-2. 7 no gain. I'm wrong. That's usually a good indicator of chunkiness. 4, 9, 15, 19 results of 2 yards or fewer on linebacker wrong. But 6, including a long gain and 10. Linebacker Powell again with a blitz, skewing the draw play. So again, a linebacker of the right guard +7 and +2. That's a Max Garcia with the max block. 4 and a 4. Ed goes 6-4, 6-4-5. Run blocking on the offensive line, but he's got both tight end 6s. Mercedes Lewis on the left, and I gotta say future Hall of Famer Rob Gronkowski on the right. 3rd and 3 for the Niners. Patriots Rams Super Bowl coming soon to a television near you. On pass gets wrong to Demarius Thomas. Single coverage, only a 9-15. Covered by 5. 8 gets wrong, +31 on the first down. Carson Palmer down the right sideline to his flanker, Demarius Thomas. 8 of 15, a $143 for Palmer. You see, averaging almost 10 yards an attempt. That's at least the 3rd bomb, all around that sort of 30, 31-yard variety. And I think they've almost all been on long pass zero, long pass no man guess wrong, even though Ed's been hitting his own card. There was a touchdown in there, I think, maybe a 34-yarder on a long gain. Flat pass right, defense showing blitz, bringing everybody. But Mercedes Lewis looks to be covered. But 6 is 10 yards on the first down. That was a white die 4 initially. It was a 1-33 sack chance, 90. And then a white die 6. So even with a guy there, Nathan would have surrendered the 10-yard completion. Dan Moore would point that out. 1/3 of all your flat passes are pretty much going to be nobody there anyway if you're standing home with a non-6 defender. 2 tights, 2 wide, 1 running back, 3-4 blitz. You show me Nathan, 1 pass to Devontae Adams. The blitz is not on. Again, long pass right though, but nobody there. Blitz in play, defender X +32. He's a 5. What do we got? It's complete, a white die 6. Desmond King, the rookie, could not make the play. A white die 6 beating a 5 for 32-yard completion midway through the 3rd quarter of the playoff game between NFL Ed and Nathan Baylor in SOMIFA, one of the most prestigious of leagues out there, certainly. 1st and 10, Ed. We hate giving that up. Flat pass left to Mercedes Lewis. Defense guesses incorrectly. 1 linebacker there. Could be a touchdown with the right roll. Receiver gets wrong, incomplete. It was one of those cards with a lot of yardage, but also not the best hands. Only 25 flat pass wrong completion units. You had about 8 units of touchdown there, more. And some other stuff that got you pretty close. 8:24 to go, third quarter. Ed trails 13-10, but he's knocking on the door. He's at Nathan's 12. 3-4 blitz, 2 tights, 2 wides, 1 running back. Matt Burrito water filter back in the backfield. He's been mixed in here. Been mostly running guess wrong. There was a guess right draw call. Looking back to Gronk. 2 men there. Receiver is deadly. Ed needs his own card. My card, your card. 50-50. Tony would say. Picked off 2 to 3 and 12 incomplete on Carson Palmer. Key of the 10 flat pass wrong incompletion. Cousins may be maxed out, barring the interceptions. I may have had that wrong. Would have worked for Nathan on that 3rd and long when Ed went triple-double. And TJ Watt was double-teaming T.Y. Hilton. Big 3rd down here. Ed has not had the success on 3rd down in general tonight that Nathan has had. I'm going off of observation, not off of the stats, so I could be wrong. Big 3rd and 10. And you would think that Carson Palmer would not do as well as Kirk Cousins in that situation, with Palmer's possibly final card, I believe. 3rd and 10 for Ed. 3 wide, 1 halfback shotgun formation. Matt Burrito back in there as a running back, covered by a 5. Nickel 3-3-5 blitz. Left end 0, Chris Kane. I think it's McCain. Comes in. Short pass Devonta Adams. Blitzes on with 2 blitzes. Nathan's gotten a lot of sacks today. Adams covered by 5. And dump off is complete for 7 yards, short of the 1st down. Corey Davis, the rookie, is brought down. Sets up a 4th and 3 to tie the game inside the 10. Ed will go for the field goal attempt, a 22-yard attempt by Ryan Suckup. And it's up and good. It was 2-11, which is what you want inside the 12. You hate missing those super short kicks. You want those to be nearly automatic. Got a tie game at 13. Here it goes deep into the end zone for Brandon Tate, which means that we're about to crash. Thanks to the good folks at STRAT. So we have a crash, but we are pretty good right now. Let me focus here. We're pretty good at getting back into the game quickly. Maybe what I can tell the guys in the future. See, we missed 1 play. It's an 8-yard something. That's what we missed. Tell the guys in the future, after a touchback like that, why don't you wait about almost 1 full minute before calling plays? I don't know how popular that request will be. Flat pass left to DeAndre Hopkins. Defense gets this incorrectly. Receiver wrong. 9 yards on the 1st down for the All-Pro. Hopkins is maxed out flat. 9 only incomplete. So many weapons on Nathan's offense. That's what you want. Is just everyone can catch pretty well. So it makes it hard for them to shut you down when they're trying to W and when you're, throwing to a guy who's not double covered. 1st and 10 for Nathan is for Alfred Morris. Defense guesses incorrectly. Offensive onside tackle. +8 or +3. Morgan Moses misses the block. He's a 5'7". So it's 2nd down and 7. Oh, he's not a 5'7" now. He's a 5, less than a 7. 5'4". Last year, I think, was the 5'7". The left side's got 7s, I believe, for Nathan. Short pass to DeAndre Hopkins. Defense gets incorrectly. Got a long gain in this early, but this one's incomplete on 2nd and 7. That hurts. 4, 9, 15, 18, 19, 20. Plus the receiver, about a 2/3, slightly better shot there for Nathan on his own card. But the short pass can be a little more hit and miss than the other stuff. Cousins 10 of 20, but only for 88 yards. 3rd and 7 now. A big 3rd and 7 tie game. Dive 3-2-6, 3 wide, 1 halfback. I think someone just joined the studio audience because the volume went way down. That happens at times. Rolling dark with the running back. We've seen some draw plays here. Ed only has got safety 4 and 5 against the run. He's been bringing up Weddle because he's a 6 into the look-in. Will we see a flat pass to the outside? Dark was not a good receiver. Short pass T.Y. Hilton, single coverage, 4-man in zone. Hilton covered by 5. Dump off and play. Picked off 2 to 6, 7, 12. Intercepted on the defense. Ed intercepts the ball around his own 40. Here, late in the 3rd quarter of this playoff game, which is tied, and is picked up by Josh Norman, and Ed chooses not to advance. Conservative, my friend. 2-12 is a touchdown. 1-18. I'm going for that. You got a plus 20 in there and a plus 25. It is a fumble in there, but okay. Answer advancement? No. Interesting. Josh Norman with the pick, sitting in the zone as he does. And Ed's got the ball at Nathan's 45. First turnover that Ed has received. I think we're tied at 1 now. Well, let's suffer inside his own 20. Early in the game. Off tackle right to Bilal Powell. One linebacker there gets wrong. Nathan's showing blitz and bringing it. Guess wrong. +6 for Powell. Not that chunky off tackle. 8's only +1, but the rest of this looks nice. And yeah, some nice big runs in there. 2-3-12. Which Ed likes to get behind that center 6 in the line book. But I'm liking that off tackle wrong for Powell. Sometimes I don't always know the cards that well for a player that I haven't used at any of my teams. Flat pass left, Rob Gronkowski, defense showing blitz. Bringing a blitz. There's a 5 linebacker out there. Gronk covered by a 5. Nathan's got all 5 short pass defenders. Receiver gets right, +18 for Gronk as he drags defenders down to the Atlanta 21. Look at this flat pass right card. Are you kidding me? 5 to 8 is 10 yards or more on flat pass right. +17, +11, +10, +13. Not to mention, but I just mentioned it, 2-12, 18-12. 4, 9, 15, 20, 22 units of 10 yards or more on flat pass right for the future Hall of Famer. That's amazing. 1st and 10 for Ed at the Atlanta 21. That was Gronk's second catch of the game. One pass to Marius Thomas. Steven showing blitz and bringing it. He's been sacking Ed this way for a lot of the night. And he needs one here to not get the sack. It was a 5 on a 2. Carl Davis, only a 1-17 sack. And the pass is incomplete. Picked off 2 to 3, 11 and 12. Ed keeps missing that 6 sniper scope on the bomb. He keeps hitting 5 and 7. But at least he has not thrown a pick yet. Only 2 to 3 and 11 with no men there. 2nd down and 10 for Ed at the Atlanta 21. You want the touchdown here. You want to really take control of the game 2013. Force him to have to respond with a touchdown. I mean, look, Ed's going to play the game the way you have to play. If you settle for the field goal, you have to settle. I'm a draw to read it. Guessed correctly by Nathan. The occasional run call. He did it there. Hit him in a nice spot. 2nd and 10. Would only been 3 yards guessed wrong. Would have minus 1 guessed right, but still. You feel good about that. You frustrate your opponent. You get him angry. Guys hate the draw call guessed correctly. They always kick themselves about that. Not only could I could have just run it, and it wouldn't have been as bad usually. Sometimes you even would have gained 4 or 5 yards or more on the defense, or maybe, God forbid, you get like an 8, but you ran a draw play. There was nobody there. But also, it's always like, oh, I could have thrown a pass. I ran a draw guessed correctly. But anyway, it's a 3rd and 12 for Ed. But that's a cat and mouse. You know, not every call is going to be perfect. 3rd and 12. Ed at Nathan's 23. And taking his time with formation here. He goes 3 wide, 1 halfback with Taywan Taylor as the 3rd, covered by a 4. Nickel 3-3-5 for Nathan. Nathan's extra is only a 4. The left outside is only a 4. Everyone else in the back 7's a 5. No blitz on 3rd and 12. He's going to try to nail a double team. I don't know. You get 5 potential receiving targets here. Tough spot. Linebook draw to Breida, and it's open because Nathan blitzed the guys and double team Thomas with the safety. 7 or 8 of the defense, the 1st down here. 10 is +4 for Breida. Not doing much today. 5 carries for 10 yards. Should have an interesting card next year. Possibly mega chunky, but a lot of explosive runs on it. So here's Ryan Sucker for the field goal attempt here. 2 to 10, and it's good. So Ed takes the lead 16-13 on the 37 roughly yard field goal as I prepare to be disconnected, as is tradition. Kickoff goes 3 yards deep. Dennis suggested that everyone should always bring out every kickoff deep into the end zone for the playoffs so that we don't get disconnected. It's a great idea. That was funny. That would not go over well. I just hate to miss like a long gain or a turnover or something here on the first play. It looks like Nathan probably got a 1st down because he's up at the 37 now. And of course, they turn off my animation option, which is weird. Off tackle left, Alfred Morris. Defense gets his run, no one there. Offensive onside end +5 or +0. Evan Ingram blocking not a forte. He's 0. Blocking not his forte. Moore's only 10 carries, 30 yards. Nathan Terrell, 16-13. He had a blocked field goal after a 3rd down and 4 short pass wrong, receiver incomplete on Evan Ingram, who's 19-26. So it's not like a 7-only guy. Off tackle draw to Alfred Morris. Nobody there. Defense doubling. This could be good for the offense. Morris has got a nice score at 6 and 8. We haven't seen it yet. Offensive onside tackle +8 or +3. And Morgan Moses at the 5 misses the block again. You hate the, so many times in the game, a luck factor could be when your 4s are making the plays or when your 5s are missing the plays, right? And Moses missed a big one there. 32, so much more palatable for your own 45 than 3rd and 7 when you're already losing, and we just started the 4th quarter. And this is win or go home. Dime 3-2-6, 3 wide, 1 halfback. Long pass, Kelvin Benjamin, nobody there. Covered by 4, dump off complete for 5 yards. On Ole and Darkwa's card, afraid of the Darkwa. And it's 4th and 2 for Nathan at his own 45, trailing by field goal, only 4th down. If I know Nathan's going to go for it here. Doesn't like the way his defense is playing, even though he's not that scared of Palmer. He's getting some long pass looks. He's getting some Bilal Powell looks. Powell's got the long game on the line buck. Nathan taking a long moment to think about this, and he's going to go for it. 4th and 2, his own 45, down 16-13. This is a huge play in the season for these Atlanta Falcons, 10-6. They're number 5 seed, trying to make the SOMIFA semifinals, where they have been before, I believe, on several occasions. Most recently last year, I believe. I think Nathan succumbed to the unstoppable Dale Ripley on his way to the championship. 16-13. 4th down and due. Darkwa in the backfield. Cousins approaching the line of scrimmage. A raucous crowd here in Santa Clara, California. Santa Rosa, wherever the hell they play. My voice giving out at a bad moment. 11-5 on the East Coast. 10 Central. Edvin sometimes bringing up Weddle to the look in and flooding the outside flats. And M runs to Darkwood to this 4. Off tackle left to Darkwood being run keyed, and it's stuffed. Proper call by Ed. Great call by Ed. 9 is keyed for a loss of 1 yard. Did not keyed a running back. Would have been a 1st down without the key. Got a host-client mismatch. I hope it just didn't get disconnected or something. It looks like I probably I don't know if I'm disconnected or not. I'll assume I am. Ed has not really been bringing multiple guys up outside occasionally plugging linebook with 2. And right there in a huge spot, he not only plugs it, but he run keys successfully, sold out for it, brought everyone to bear. I'm not sure what's going on here right now. I'm going to mute my mic and try to communicate with one of our... Oh, wait, there we go. Yeah, I think I'm in now. Something is off. I mute my mic. Bear with me, gentlemen, as I try to figure out... Oh, there we go. I heard a click. Okay, so 1st and 10. We're back in business. And then the Niners are in business, leading 16-13 at Atlanta's 44. After the huge 4th and short, long pass Devonta Adams being double-teamed by Barry Church. No one there. And it's a dump-off, complete for 9 yards to Bilal Powell. 2nd and 1 now for the commissioner at the Atlanta 35. It was a 4th and 2 successful run key of Orlean Darkwa by Ed. The forced to turn. I keep getting host client version mismatch. Please make sure they have the same game version as the host. I'm sure that I do. Spectator left the game, so whoever that guy was, I'm guessing he was the problem. Mr. Spectator. Second and 1 for the Niners at the Atlanta 35. And I don't know if I'm in the game or not, because there's just some weird stuff happening here right now. Nathan mentioned that. Yes. Whoever is joining and leaving is causing a pop-up error message. So if you're listening and you're joining and leaving, please stop. They're speculating you might not have the spectator file. They're spectator-ulating. Linebacker Blob House, 2nd and 1 linebacker there. Guess wrong. 10 on the defense, elongating a Powell's guard. 50-50, as Tony would say. Dennis told me about that. It's a blocking back +3 or +1, 1 yard only for Powell, but that's enough for the first down on 2nd and 1. And Ed takes over at Atlanta's 34. Jay Villing has joined the studio audience. Jay has a playoff game coming. Maybe Jeff Bavier. Michael Reeves says, tell him to watch the game on YouTube live. Well, there are people in the studio audience, Michael. They can watch it there as well. Matt Breida run, offensive center +5 or +2. Well, if you have a smart TV, you can probably stream it from my YouTube thing onto the TV. If you really want to scare the wife. 2nd and 5 for the Niners at the Atlanta 29. 12-18 to go. Huge possession here. Can the Niners punch it in for a touchdown? It was 13-7 Nathan early. Then Nathan blew a golden opportunity. Linebacker Matt Brady guessed correctly. No one there, though. Center 6, Alex Mack is not going to play much. 7 on the defense with no one there. 7 yards in the first down. Nathan was up 13-7 first quarter. At the end of 1, had a beautiful chance to go up 27 or 16-7. Instead, he had a short pass wrong, incomplete on the receiver, followed by a blocked field goal. And Ed's been chipping away ever since. Nathan has not scored since then. He's moved the ball, but he hasn't scored. Linebacker Matt Breida, defense guesses pass with the blitz, put the linebacker up there, or a safety. Probably the safety. And dreaded 5, no gain for Breida. Now, Ed, conversely, has often sputtered in this neighborhood, and he's had to settle for field goals. But you get the feeling that this could be the one time that he breaks through for the touchdown, and it would be in a huge spot. There's 11:06 to go. Ed leads by only a field goal. Nathan has to hold him here. Linebacker Matt Breida, defense gets his pass. Both linebackers are back. Gronk double covered. 7's a short gain. Defensive nose tackle +1 or +12. This time Michael Pierce makes the play. He missed one of those a while back. And we now have 3rd and 9 for Ed at the Atlanta 21. Ed's been relying upon Ryan Suckup with the kicks. 3rd down, only 2 of 8 for the commissioner on 3rd down. Carson Palmer's got 218 yards passing, though, on only like low 20s attempts. Only 2 of 8. Palmer throws some picks. Nathan's showing blitz. He's coming after Ed with some pass rush, but not usually in 3rd and long. It's been more the early downs, safety blitzing, and a couple of linebackers. Long pass to Juan Taylor. Defense double teaming elsewhere, and the safety blitz was shown but not brought. 7 on Palmer's guard, incomplete. And Ryan Sucker comes out again for yet another field goal attempt. This would be his 4th field goal of the game. Here it would be a 38-yard attempt for the Atlanta 21. He's at least 2-10. He's 2-10. It's up and good. Suckup makes the kick, 19-13 Ed. Ethan says, okay, I weathered the storm there. Now I can come back. Let me get a touchdown. Kick goes 3 yards deep as we prepare to be disconnected. Sometimes I'm thinking of just like automatically disconnecting before the kickoff even starts. As we now get ready to miss plays in the 4th quarter. And we missed Kirk Cousins got sacked by B.J. Goodson for a 4-yard loss. It was a must run. Okay, it was a short pass right. 2 to 7, 7 yards or more. 8 to 12, 3 yards or less. 12 minus 4 credited statistically as a sack for B.J. Goodson. He'll take that in the contract negotiations. I sacked Cousins in the playoffs. 2nd and 14 for Atlanta. 9:36 to go. They trail 19-13. This team is good enough, and certainly this coach is good enough to get to the Super Bowl. Of course, we know that Ed makes a living doing that. Nathan has not broken through it in SOMIFA. He has in other leagues. And he certainly would like to. SOMIFA, a lot of excellent coaches. Well, second right, Alfred Morris, nobody today. He's not going to hit this Morris card despite several opportunities today. Offensive onside tackle, 8-3. Morgan Moses finally makes the block. 8-yard pickup. And you see Morris 12 for 41, and it's not like he's been getting guessed correctly. He's got a very solid off-tackle wrong card. Nathan's not been able to hit even the good yardage for the most part. You know, a 6 or 7 or 8-yard game, much less the short gains. And I think 3 might be like a 21-yarder or something like that. 3rd and 6 for Nathan, his own 29. He's been much more successful on the 3rd down than the commissioner has. Ed goes with the dime. So threatening to double-double. He's brought Weddle up into the look-in and funnel the flat. You could see that, which could lead Nathan to go up top. Maybe to Hilton Hopkins or Benjamin. We've seen some draw plays. Always in the 3 wide. One benefit there, you gain at least 2 yards, then going for it becomes an option. Although you're in your own territory here. At your own 29. 9 minutes left. So that might be a little too aggressive. Let's maybe get 4th on flat pass left, Vernon Davis. Throwing at a 4. Defense double teaming elsewhere. Nathan needs 6 yards. Picked off 2 to 5. 9 is incomplete. 4th and 6. The commissioner holds. And Nathan will surely punt with Johnny Hecker from his own 29. It was a white die 5. Nathan says I needed a white die 6. Cousins has only 105 yards passing. The punt goes 43 yards down inside the 30, around the 28 for Khalif Raymond, the unspectacular return man. And his key calls for a fair catch. And we got 8:24 to go. The commissioner leads 19-13. I wonder what Kirk Cousins' strat record is against winning teams. In the NFL, you know his record against winning teams in the NFL is awful, like 5-22 or some god-awful number. You'd think he'd be closer to 500. 1st and 10 for the Niners. Their own 28, 8:24 to go. They lead 19-13. Field goal would almost clinch the game. Looking past Mercedes Lewis, defense blitzing everyone. The zone is open. There is enough there for a sack, but the flat pass sack, you know, much harder to come by. Receiver gets right, 15 yards on the first down. You have these big receiver gets right hits on Ed's tight ends. And that was a big one there. He's now up to the 43. Nathan knows I got to get my act together here on defense or I'm going home. 4-5 game, always a tough one because that other guy's usually real good. And oftentimes you'll get two real strong coaches with good teams like this. Ed and Nathan, 10-6, 11-5. One pass to Devonta Adams. Even showing blitz and brought extra linebackers in the safety. So he's got a chance here, but 7's incomplete upon his card. Let's see what the sack chance was. 5 on a 9 was a 1-43 sack. That was the right tackle. Marcus Gilbert, the veteran, against Chris McCain. No relation to the late John McCain, American hero. 2nd and 10 for the Niners. 7:30 to go in the fourth quarter. At their own 43. 14-26, 234 for Palmer. Nathan showing blitz again. There's a draw play versus the blitz for the first time. And it's guessed wrong with one linebacker behind. Powell's got a solid draw off tackle card. Off offensive onside tackle. +8 or +3. Taylor Lewan, the former first-round pick, lays down the block. And Bilal Powell picks up 8 yards. 14 carries, 79 yards for the NFL New York Jet. Lifetime Jet so far. 3rd and 2 for the Niners. At Atlanta's 49. 6:54 to go. Up 19-13. Big conversion here. If he doesn't get it, does he go for it? Question mark. I'm saying yes. But Ed likes to play a defensive style, so he's up by 6. Maybe he won't. Who knows? One pass to Maris Thomas. Defense double teaming elsewhere, but they did guess correctly. Dump off very much in play. There's no save. There's no pass rush coming. Just the 3 down linemen. Dump off incomplete on Bilal Powell's card. 4th and 2 now for the commissioner at the Atlanta 49. He's going to punt it. No, not even a consideration here for the Niners. Dustin Colquitt, no hesitation, was out on the field. Palmer, 14 of 27, 234. It's been big plays, but he struggled otherwise, although a couple of flat pass rights here in the second half have been key. And we're getting a straight punt from Colquitt, not a Crawford corner, which was a good decision, as that's down around the 6. Will Nathan let it bounce? Probably should with Brandon Tate. Inside the 7, your odds of a touchback are more than 50%. He runs it back 4 yards, so he's out to his own 10. I guess he didn't want to get pinned at the 2 or 3, so Nathan's got the ball. 1st and 10, his own 10. 6:18 to go. He needs a touchdown and an extra point. You already missed one, which is not playing much of a factor right now. It would be 19-14. Although we're a long way from there. But if you had hit the first extra point and he scores a touchdown now, then you might go for 2-point conversion if it was 19-14. Or if they go right to only on Darkwa, I guess his run. But 10 is +6 on Darkwa's card. He's had a pretty good game. 14 carries, 76 yards. Short game gets wrong. And with a rare run call in the second half particularly. Did get that big run key on 4th and 2, setting up his last field goal. His most recent field goal, rather. We've got 2nd down and 4 for Nathan. His own 16, 5:42 to go. Long pass T.Y. Hilton, be double team. Nathan wants to dump off. Dump off, short gain, 13 yards to the first down to LaShawn McCoy checked into the game. I didn't even notice the veteran. And speaking of veterans, Joe Staley, as the 7, picked up Jason Pierre-Paul with the block, giving Cousins time to check down to Shady McCoy, who has a reception on his first play of the game. 5:06 to go. Atlanta at their own 29. Still a lot of real estate they need to traverse. 71 yards. Short pass Evan Ingram. Guess right. Incomplete. Defense double teaming elsewhere. T.Y. Hilton drawing the extra attention. Cousins 13 of 26, 118, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Alfred Morris, we saw a draw play. Short pass Evan Ingram. Ed called run again on 2nd and 10. And again, receiver guessed wrong for Evan Ingram. Incomplete. Ingram 19-26. Dropped it out of 2 in a big spot. Drops it on a 7. That really hurts Nathan. Ingram trying on the goat horns possibly. 3rd and 10 for the Falcons at their own 29. He needs this one. The rookie jitters, perhaps. Ingram being covered by fellow rookie Jalen Smith, technically a second-year man, but did not play at all his rookie season. Recovering from injury. Or do I have that wrong? Yeah, I think that's right. 3rd down and 10. Emerald left, Olean Dorqua. Stretches a 0. Only gets 2 yards. As Nathan was saying, give me something good here. I can break contain and maybe go for it. Or maybe something nice with like the short gain or the 8+12 of the defense. He gets 8+2 on the offense. He's going to punt it, 3:54 to go. So he's got to punt and stop the commissioner barring a fumble. At least the punt net yardage should be good. Johnny Hecker is very good. A big 50-yard punt down to the 19, and it bounces, kicks back 1 yard. So Ed's going to get it at his own 20. Leading 19-13, 3:36 to go. We have not seen a lot of flat passing from Ed. That's usually the look you get here of flat passing, maybe some running. We have not seen a lot of that. Ed's fairly conservative. Don't think he's going to go up top with Palmer. Off tackle left to Powell. Defense double teaming Lewis. No linebackers on the line of scrimmage. Powell pops a 6-yard gain on 4. He's got 15 carries for 85 yards. 2nd down and 4 for Ed at his own 26. 5 of 15 carries left. Not that much of an issue for Powell right now. Ed's got Matt Breida as well. 2nd and 4 for the Niners. 3 minutes to go. Both teams have all their timeouts. Defense shows blitz. Maybe trying to goad it into a bomb. Maybe trying to set up a run key. All pass to Max Thomas. Guess wrong. Nobody there. And he was showing blitz. Sniper scope in play the defense's card. Palmer has hits a bob tonight. 5 receiver incomplete on the 9-15 to Marius Thomas. 6 the sniper scope. I told you Ed's been hitting 5 and 7 on all of these long pass no man situations against the sniper scope. except when he's hitting his own goal. He has been hitting some plus 30s and stuff like that. And he did it a defender X, but it's funny that he has hit quite a few 5 and 7. So I shouldn't say all of them, but he's hit quite a few 5 and 7s. 3rd and 4. And this is a tense moment, particularly for the Falcons. 2:42 to go. Niners lead 19-13. They're at their own 26, 3rd and 4. So containment's not afforded. The defense. Nathan's been living with Palmer's shots deep, so the safety might come up. I don't think you're going to see Nathan show blitz here. He does not show blitz. He's trying to figure out what to do here. We got the left end 4 in there, 4-5-5. I like to get the strong and run blocking for Ed, but I don't think Powell's very good, Ed, I don't recall. Cancel. I think it's more of a linebacker off tackle card. He has not been throwing the flats. Will he throw a flat? Sometimes guys throw short here because you got 3 men and the dump off is in play. Off tackle left to Powell. Gets in correctly with 6's blocking. This could be very good for Ed. Nobody there. Blocking back +7 and +5. It doesn't matter. No one's on the field. 5-yard run for Powell. 16 carries, 90 yards. Huge first down for the commissioner at his own 31. And Nathan calls the first of his timeouts here on defense. He has to get a 3 and out here. Otherwise, you start thinking about a miracle finish. And even then, they're just not, you might not be able to get the ball back. A 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. You need a 3 and out here. Ed's known as the defensive coach. Is he going to only run here? You're going to try and get the run. He calls run. Play action pass to Rob Gronkowski. Short pass to Gronk. Gets incorrectly. We see Nathan's tight end drop the ball. Receiver gets strong. Incomplete for Gronk. 7 only. Gronk no like. And the clock stops. Nathan gets to keep a timeout in his pocket. So a short pass wrong to Gronk. Receiver incomplete. The tight ends might not want to throw to the tight ends for a while unless it's a flat pass. They've been doing well with those. The short passes tonight not going good. As Palmer dips under 50% of the game. Off tackle right to Powell. If he gets his run, but nobody there. Got to bring a guy up, I think. Ed's going to run a little here. 8 is only a 1-yard gain on the offense. And we hit the 2-minute warning. Commissioner leading 19-13. 3rd and 9 at his own 32. A huge play here. We have not seen Nathan really come after the quarterback much on 3rd and long. He's done it on the early downs, and he's had some success with it. Ed is 3 of 11 on 3rd down. Nathan is 6 of 15. 3 wide, 1 halfback shotgun. I have a feeling Ed's going to convert this. Just a hunch. McCain checks in at left end. Ed's got a set of 7. No one else is a 7. Both guards are 3s. Nathan's deciding to go to show blitz and bring a couple of linebackers. Is Ed going to throw flat on me and ding me here? It has not been thrown flat on these 3rd and long situations. He's been running draw plays and throwing down the field, short or long. And, Nathan's been not blitzing that much with the safety anyway. Does not show blitz. 3rd and 9, we've seen long passes to Adams. And someone keeps coming in and out of the game again, causing problems. You do need the spectator files. 3 wide, 1 half, allegedly. I don't know about it, but that's what they tell me. 3 wide, 1 halfback. Defense goes nickel, 3-3-5. Matt Breeder's the running back. These 3 guards only come into play. You blitz a couple of guys. Linebacker draw to Matt Breeder. 1 linebacker behind. Center block gets a first down. That would kill Nathan. Would end his season. Offensive left guard +5 +0. No gain. James Carpenter only a 4. 6 beats a 4. Defense calls their 2nd timeout. He still has 1 in reserve because Ed threw that pass incomplete to Gronk. And now Ed's going to punt it 4th and 9 from his own 32. Dustin Colquitt has no punt on there. No block, rather, on there. Could be looking at a 40-yard net or something. That would set Nathan around his own 28 or so. If they going for the block, that would be huge. About a 1-2-36 chance. 47-yard punt down, close to the 20. Brendan Tate's got a chance to return it here. He gets a 6-yard return. He's up to his own 27. Nathan has not scored since the first quarter. He's moved the ball a little bit, but he has not scored. And now he needs a touchdown. 1:45 to go. One timeout. Evan Ingram dropping balls left and right. Hopkins and Hilton on the outside. Defense goes nickel 3-3-5, as is their privilege, inside of 5 minutes, I think, in SOMIFA. This left end 4 could be a target for the end run with Darkwa. Well, left outside linebacker blitz there. Maybe the inside pop out. Ed doesn't seem to blitz his linebackers that much unless he's showing blitz. And I don't think he does that a whole lot either. But this is a good opportunity to cover that guy. Now, that left guard is a 7, though. So it's almost more of a run blitz, even though you're calling pass. Josh Klein, the left guard. And we're right for Darkwa. Nobody there. Only a 4 defensive end. You got a long gain on 2. Got some solid yardage up and down the card. A short gain. Again, he hits at 8, 2 yards. Nathan not hitting the rolls. Guess wrong here in the fourth quarter. Well, in the running game or in the receiver readings. And that's a big factor right now. Nathan says, can he even give me 5 or 6 yards? Give me something to get going here, some momentum. 2's a long game, but nothing else. I mean, 12's 23 yards, and there's 7 units of short gain. But you don't have 10 plus 23 or something. Short pass, Evan Ingram, who's been botching it all game. Dump off complete. 20 yards, DeAndre Hopkins underneath for a huge first down up by midfield. Cousins didn't like the way things looked with Ingram. Why would he? The way he's played today. Checked it down to the All-Pro Hopkins, and it's a 20-yard completion, a first down up at the 49. Atlanta needs a touchdown, though. They need 51 more. Someone keeps coming. If you're listening and you're coming into the game and constantly getting kicked, please don't come into the game anymore. You don't have the spectator file. Watch it through the broadcast here. There's a minute 15 to go in a playoff game for these two coaches, please. First and 10 for Atlanta at their own 49, 1:15 to go. Aaron right for Darkwa. Guess wrong. There's a linebacker there, though. 7 is 5 yards on Darkwa's card. That time, Nathan hit his own card. And that time, Ed had plugged the zone with TJ Watt, the first-round pick. Darkwa fatigued now. That's an issue for Nathan. He's got Alfred Morris, but he can't really run and run. LaShawn McCoy can catch a little bit. Now he's got a couple of carries still on the fatigue 1. Now you're playing against a good coach at Ed. If you're playing against a bad coach, the guy's tired. He's trying to run him. All the good coaches know that certainly a couple of carries you might see with a fatigued player. You wish Dark ran more of an Alex Collins short gains here. 11, 12 units of it instead of 9. Second down at 5. Defense that nickel 3-3-5. 1 timeout for Atlanta. Now, Ed, I think vacated looking, but he's not going to do it again. Flat pass right to Vernon Davis. Even gets his pass. He then wants one of those receiver rights for a big gain. Defender X +1 or +3. He does get out of bounds, thank God, because you hardly want that. And Malcolm Jenkins, the 5, makes the play. So it's a 1-yard completion. We've got a third down of 4 for Nathan at his own at Ed's 45. Nathan known for the big play approach. We saw some one-pass attempts in the first quarter. I've not seen many since. He only needs 1 to win it. Cousins does have the picks there, but he got these receivers who are both maxed out deep, I believe. Of course, Ed's got the good pass he found. So he got Eric Whittle as 6. And I think I haven't been paying attention, but they've been leaving him back there a lot. 3rd and 4. Offense goes 2 tights, 2 wides, 1 running back. The fatigued Darkwa trying to gut it out. Only 1 timeout remaining for Nathan. Long pass T.Y. Hilton, 2 men there. Nathan needs his own card. Receiver on the defense, incomplete. Oh, my goodness. Long pass 2 men receiver on a 3. Oh, and 15-21 for Hilton to 15 out of 36. That's a 38.3% chance. Not to mention 9 of those units being long gain or better. I think Nathan would live with that 2 plus 80. 4th and 4 for Nathan. He missed a 4th and 2 at his own 47-ish, 45. Late third quarter, that was a big play in this game. Maybe early fourth quarter, whatever. And now he's got a 4th down. He's already run Darkwa once fatigued, I believe. Tough call here. You got 1 timeout. You just went up top. Ed's probably going to double or flood. Looking, the cat and mouse. Looking to Hopkins. Nobody there. It's guessed wrong. This should be a completion. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Looking past wrong. Receiver guessed wrong. The only incomplete on Hopkins, card 9. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? As my nephew might say. Oh, my stars and garters. Bless his heart. He's got to be the sickest man alive. That is crazy. What a spot for it. He threw the look and knowing that he's only got the 1 timeout. Ed knows that. Oh, my gosh. That is a tough way to lose a game, boy. Now, we don't know what would happen after that, but, I mean, come on. 8 or 9 yards, anything there. Anything there. Got the first down at the 35. With 30 seconds left. I got a chance. I'm in it. I got Hilton. I got Hopkins. Oh, man. Disgustingly sick result on that last play. Oh, we've all been there, but boy, that really hurts. And there you see it. No man. Flat pass wrong on Cousins, who is a high percentage guy, completed 64.3 last year. I thought it was more. Hell, got everything complete except the interception split wouldn't have got a few. So pretty much 11 on Cousins' card or receiver with a 9. 4 out of 36 were the only 2 ways that Nathan does not pick up that first down. Do you know what the odds are of that? It's 2 of 36 on the quarterback's card. Then you got a 1 in 4 chance at the receiver with 4 out of 36. A 1 in 9. Like 1 in 36. It's very low. It's very low. It's like my math is shaky right now, but 272. It's very low, though. I mean, everything else, come on. And it's Hopkins. At least if it was like, Will Fuller or somebody, you'd be like, okay, still sucks, but I can't believe that. Tough break for Nathan. Great game. 19-13 final for the commissioner. Edmonds, another one. Tough loss for Nathan. Everything going his way early. Was up 13-7. Had a chance to go up 20-7. Was down around Ed's 20. Had a short pass. Short pass wrong on like 3rd and 2 to Evan Ingram. Receiver incomplete. He's not maxed out, but still 19-26. Receiver incomplete. Otherwise, would have been around the 10. And then gets a field goal 2-10 blocked. So it's potentially 20-7. It's still 13-7. So potentially 20-7, having to settle for 16-7. Now it's 13-7. And what was a tight scoring game? That was the last time Nathan scored. Ed kept settling for field goals, stolen around the 20-yard line. 4th down, that was a factor. 1 of 3 on 4th down. Ed 1 of 1. But also the Falcon offense went south after that first quarter. Only 262 yards offense for the game. The running game had some wrong calls with Alfred Morris that were going nowhere. 12 carries, 41 yards only. Cousins 15 of 31, 139. A touchdown and an interception. Palmer was hitting some bombs down the field, almost all guessed wrong with no men. He wasn't hitting all of them, but he hit a few. Those were big. Bob Powell, 1791. Devontae Adams, 3 catches, a buck, 107 with a TD. And look at the ball possession. I mean, here was a blocked field goal. which was actually early second quarter. Late second quarter, looks like, okay? Then after that, what do you got? Punt, interception, downs. Punt, downs. The last drive, 28 yards, was his longest drive from the middle of the second quarter on. And you're just not going to win a lot of games that way. Matter of fact, from the middle of the second quarter, from late first half, he did not have a drive with more than one first down on it. And it's not like he was getting big plays down the field. Well, for Ed, it was the opposite. He had the big touchdown on his opening possession, hitting a couple of bombs. Then he suffered a sack fumble at around his own 20. And pretty much moving the ball all game pretty consistently. You had 3 in that after that, but then you had 3 first downs before punting. And you had a drive for a field goal right before the half. Then you had, 1 play before halftime, a kneel down. And then you had, 3 first downs, 1 first down, 2 first downs, 1 first down, 1 first down. But getting the ball in good field position a lot of times. You had, 9-play, 87-yard drive here. Then you had the ball at the Atlanta 45 and 44. You don't need a lot of offense to get points off of that. So tough loss for Nathan. I think he thought he was going to do a little more with his team this year. I thought he could have too. I think that Ed and I may have predicted him. Dennis and I may have predicted him for 12-4. Let me see if I can find that. I know everyone's dying to know right now what we were predicting them to be. I'm sure it's. I had 11-5. Dennis had 12-4 for Nathan. We both 11-5 for Ed, which we got spot on. We didn't get a lot spot on. We did a pretty bad job. Took Arizona 6-10, 4-12, and they're the 1 seed. Same thing we did last year with Del Ripley. So, congratulations, Ed. He makes another semifinal. It was like the Patriots with Brady and Belichick getting up there so often. And tough break for Nathan. We'll see what his team looks like next year. You have to feel like any team that's got, Cousins and Hopkins and Hilton and a lot of players on the field who didn't look like they were too old, right? I know the running game was relying on the good card of Worley and Darkwa, but so maybe he has to pick up another running card next year. He has no first-round pick next year. Traded that away. Shady did not do that well in the NFL. Of course, this is a fall league, so you're making moves beforehand. Ingram should have a decent card. And Vernon Davis, Nathan's been talking up his card. Staley, Zeitler, Moses. Got something to work with in the offensive line. Michael Pierce, Henry Anderson. Might need some help on defense. A lot of teams might need help on defense next year. Offensive year in the NFL, and the ratings aren't there. So if like one guy has like a real good defense next year, and at least an okay offense, he's going to have a big advantage on the rest of the field. Probably. Desmond King in the secondary. The rest of this group doesn't look so hot. So, yeah, Atlanta might have a harder time becoming as good next year, but we'll see. I mean, he's got the quarterback and the receivers and enough there that he might make a bunch of moves for the year to get them back to kind of where they were this year, this was a team that could have gone to the Super Bowl. They weren't the favorites, right? But it would not have been. And I don't mean, oh my God, a miracle run. I don't mean a miracle run. I don't mean like a team that doesn't look like they belong at all and they win the whole thing. But this team was good enough that you would say I would not have been really surprised if they had gotten there. It hasn't happened yet for Nathan and SOMIFA. It hasn't happened for me and SOMIFA. Excellent coaching in this league, and I think it will for him, certainly. We'll see what happens for me. My defense is also hurting next year. But that's the broadcast. I'm going to sign off. It's 11:41 on the East Coast. Thanks very much, guys. Niners 13, Niners 19. Falcons 13. Niners advance to the semifinals. And here are your other matchups for the rest of the quarterfinal round. The Detroit Lions, all fresh off their wild card win, go to Arizona to take on Bob. Zeb Strong, fresh off his wild card win over the Giants, goes to Seattle to play Dennis. Jay Billings Bengals travels to the West Coast to face Jeff Bevier's Oakland Raiders. Interesting matchups remaining. Seattle and Oakland, I think, are the two best clubs remaining. Arizona had the best record, 13-3. Amazing job by Bob. And Ed's always in the mix. And then let's not sleep on the road teams. Jay Villing, with all of his success and the W success, and Bradley Miller, former SSFA champion, trying to get something going here in SOMIFA. All right, guys, take care. Good night. Bye-bye.